talk about a workout split that's going to maximize your muscle gain and get you to that physique of your dreams much faster. So, most likely, you've been scouring the internet, watching countless YouTube videos, reading articles, reading forums, and trying to find what is that perfect workout split for me that I can start today that's going to get me closer to the physique that I want, right? And I don't want to make mistakes, which is understandable because if you choose the wrong workout split, you're going to be wasting time in the gym and you're going to be leaving potential muscle gains that you could have made on the table. I think most people go through this phase in the beginning of their fitness journey, or if you're just hopping back onto it and you're trying to figure out what to do and how to set everything up, because there's so much information available. And I know I certainly went through this, was trying to find and trying to dissect through all the information out there on what's going to work for me and how is that going to fit into my lifestyle and how can I start doing that and start taking action. So really the most important thing to consider with all of this, and the really most important factor to choosing the right workout split, is to, at this very moment, take a look at your lifestyle. Okay, take a look at your lifestyle, figure out what responsibilities do I have, what obligations do I have, how much time can I actually dedicate to the gym? Are you in school full time? Do you have kids? Do you have a family? Do you have a full-time job? Do you work part-time? All of these factors are going to determine how much time can you afford to spend in the gym. Most important thing is really, in order for you to decide, the reason why you haven't decided yet is because you need to actually look at your lifestyle and see what is going to fit into my lifestyle today. Not next week, not next month, not 2 months from now. What can I start doing today? What can I take action on today that will actually get me to where I want to go? The information that you need to decide on what workout split to do is right in front of you. It's your current life. So for example, in my own life, I have a decent amount of free time. I'm not in school full time. I don't have kids. And so I'm able to essentially spend 6 days a week in the gym, and I can spend an hour and a half, an hour, anywhere from an hour to 2 hours in the gym almost every day. Now, that's not really the case for most people. Most people aren't able to dedicate that much time to it, and that's completely understandable, and that's okay. But you need to understand that there's a difference between different workout splits and what you can actually realistically pull off. So we all live different lives and different lifestyles, and we all have different goals. So in order for you to pick a split that's going to work for you, you need to really think about, what are my responsibilities right now? What are my obligations? And so as we continue on through the video and I explain some of the different splits that you can do, really think about, what can I do that's not only enjoyable, but that is also practical enough to where I'm not going to quit because it's too hard. So we're going to go over the major workout splits that you can do. There's going to be a lot of other ones that I'm not going to mention in this video, but these are going to be the main ones you're going to focus on as a beginner or as someone, coming into the space of the fitness world, and you're trying to just kind of wrap your head around the differences in workout splits. So the first one is going to be full body workout. Essentially what this is, when you hear people say this, what it means is you're going to be typically working 3 to 4 days a week, usually 3, and you're going to be focusing on working your entire body out per session, right? So 3 times a week, you're going to be working out your entire body. And what does that mean? That means your lower half, your legs, your glutes, and then your upper half, all the muscles in your upper body. Okay, so essentially you're doing everything in one workout. The easiest way to do it, so someone coming in, is to focus on the big 3 lifts, which is going to be deadlift, squat, and bench press. Those are going to be your main lifts, and that's going to take up most of the time of your workout. Honestly, if you're doing those 3 things 3 times a week, it's going to take up most of the time. You may be able to get in a few other exercises, but those are really the 3 that you should focus on. Really, the benefits of doing a full body workout is it's only 3 times a week, so that's not too bad, right? It doesn't take up too much time. It's fairly quick. You're probably going to be spending about an hour per session. So, maybe that's 3 hours a week. You can do it after work or whenever you have the free time. You're going to see pretty good strength gains because you're doing essentially pretty heavy lifts. I mean, you're going to start off light as a beginner, but as you get more advanced, you're going to be putting on more weight, and you're going to be doing that 3 times a week. So your body's going to adapt pretty quick, and you're going to notice that you have pretty decent strength gains, over time. So there's definitely a benefit to doing that, and it's also simple. You can really just focus on the core lifts and not get too complicated with things. Next up is the upper lower split. Now, essentially, when you hear people say this, what it means is you're going to be dividing your body into 2 different parts, which is going to be the upper half and the lower half. And you're going to essentially be working out 4 days a week. That's typically the schedule that this is done on, is 4 days a week. You're splitting your body between upper and lower. So as an example of a workout that you could do, it would be you're going to train your upper body on a Monday, you're going to train your lower body on a Tuesday, you'd take a break on Wednesday, and then you would train again an upper on Thursday and a lower on Friday, and then you could have the whole weekend off. So again, this is going to be bumping it up to 4 days a week, whereas we were previously doing 3 days a week in the full body workout. And this is going to take a bit more time, but the benefits of it is you can essentially, since you're breaking up those two body groups, you're going to be able to focus more on specific muscles. So if there's a specific muscle group you think needs more improvement, or a certain part of your body that you want to build up, it's going to be a lot easier to break it down and focus on that, because now you've got a whole day for just your legs and a full day for your upper half. The next split we have is going to be called the bro split. Now, there are variations of this split, but the most basic one is you're taking a muscle group and you're doing it on each day. So for example, on Monday you may do shoulders, on Tuesday you may do your chest, on a Wednesday you might do your legs, Thursday you might do your abs, Friday you might do biceps. You can just break it all down. You could do it anywhere from 5 to 6 days a week, and you just break down each body part, each muscle group into its own day. Now, this works for some people. The training frequency is only really 1 time a week, so I'm not a big fan of it because I found that doesn't work too well for me. But a lot of people do use this and still swear by it. Okay, so the fourth workout split is going to be PPL, or push-pull legs. So essentially this one is you're breaking down the body even further. As you guys can kind of tell, as we move down the line, the different workout splits sort of break down your body into smaller and smaller, more separate parts, right? Like we started with the full body, then it was the upper lower where you're dividing your body into 2, and now it's 3. And then on the bro split, it's like 5 or 6. So as you get more into the workouts that take a longer amount of time, typically, and that take more days, it's typically because you're focusing on a specific muscle group. So with push-pull legs, what it really is you're breaking your body down into 3 days essentially, which is going to be a push day, a pull day, and a leg day. So for example, you could do a push day on a Monday, a pull day on Tuesday, leg day on Wednesday, take a break on Thursday, and then do it all over again. And then you would have, that would be your full week. Or you could go push-pull legs, and then you take a Sunday off, right? You can do it however you want, whatever feels best. It's kind of nice to have a break in the middle of the week, though, if you're going to be doing it that way. Now, with this one, it's probably going to be the one that takes the most time. I think from my experience, it's taken me the most time with this. It's going to take up typically 6 days a week. So you're really going to have to be invested in spending that much time in the gym. And your training frequency is about 2 times a week per muscle group, which is nice. That definitely helps with building muscle faster. Again, the downsides of doing a push-pull legs is kind of similar to the bro split in the sense that you're going to be training each muscle group and you're going to be using a lot of workouts. So you need to know a lot more exercises for each muscle group, and it could also lead to overtraining because you're training twice a week on those muscle groups and your body may not be ready for that yet. So, this one is, again, one that I really like. I personally do this one, but it does take up the most time. If you don't have a lot of time, this is not the workout split you want to be doing because it's going to take up a lot of time. And it's also pretty advanced in the sense that you're going to be possibly leading to overtraining if you're a beginner, and you're going to need to know a lot of different exercises for each muscle group. So these are all the main workout splits you can do, the 4 main ones. Now you can make variations off of all these, and you're going to see as you progress, there's a lot of different workout splits you can do based off of these. So as far as my recommendation as to which one a beginner should do or someone who's returning into lifting, I would say if you're just getting into lifting, you've literally never been in the gym before, I would stick with the 3 days a week full body workout. This is going to be much simpler. You're not going to need to know as many exercises. It's not going to really lead to overtraining because you're doing compound lifts, which involve your entire body, right? You may be sore here and there, but if you're not pushing it too hard, you're not going to really lead to overtraining. It's also beneficial because you can really get the foundational lifting movements down and really kind of strengthen. You'll see good strength gains, and you can really kind of strengthen your foundation before moving on to more advanced and specific exercises. Now, if you're someone who's getting back into lifting and you've already got some experience, perhaps you've taken a year off and you had already a year or 2 under your belt, I would definitely recommend to start with the upper lower, because this will give you 4 days a week, which isn't too much, but it's also a little bit more than just twice a week. and it really allows for more specificity when it comes to training the upper and lower body. You know, you're not mashing it all together into one. Your exercise is more to target specific muscles. So if you've already got that experience, that can be beneficial because you're getting more specific than the full body workout. You're getting a little bit more training time and frequency. So those would really be the recommendations that I have for a complete beginner, go full body. For someone who's coming back into lifting, who's maybe beginner to intermediate, start with the upper lower. Now, you guys can completely disregard this advice and go try whatever split you want. You may find the bro split or PPL is exactly what you want to do as a beginner. When I started off, I had already had a little bit of experience in the gym, you know, like a few months here and there, so I was kind of familiar, and I just went full into the doing push-pull legs 6 days a week. I don't think that was ideal because I definitely led to some overtraining and almost injury, but you know, that's just the way that I did it, and you may want to try that. You know, try out all these different workout splits and see which one works for you. Don't just take my word for it. Don't just take other YouTubers' word for it, because your body is unique in the way that you train, and how you're going to respond to stimulus is going to be completely different than everyone else. So there really is no, you know, one workout split or one routine fits all. You really have to experiment, and getting that feedback from your body is going to be the best way and the most important information you can receive on how to decide on what to proceed with. Really just remember that consuming all the information, consuming all the YouTube videos, besides this one of course, consuming all the different studies that have come out and trying to get perfectionist about it is really going to just be a waste of your time, right? Like, time is ticking by that you're not spending in the gym. So really stop trying to gather so much external information. Use what you've learned in this video, the different workout splits, get in there, try them all out, take my recommendations or don't, and get the feedback from your body, and that's going to tell you what you should be doing. You know, which ones do I enjoy, what works for my schedule and fits into my current lifestyle. So with that being said, just want to thank you all for watching. The next video that you're going to want to watch is going to appear on screen here. I'll see you there, and have a great day.